There's there's a question that a lot of people have, and they don't always express it, and they carry it around with them. If there's something in me that I don't express or I don't strive to understand, I carry that question with me. It becomes carried. I start carrying it around unexpressed. That makes sense, right? And the question is, why do I care so much what other people think about me? What, why do I care about that? Why am I so concerned with what others think about me? A lot of people have this. And especially, I think when we're young, we're really interested in that. What do they really think about me? You can know logically that it shouldn't matter at all. The old saying is, what you think about me is none of my business. And why would I want to say that? Even if I don't say it out loud, why would I want that to be my attitude? Because when what you think about me is none of my business, I'm free. I am free and unencumbered by any of your opinions toward me. So there's freedom in that statement. What you think about me is none of my business. But we don't live from that, do we? We still, we especially younger years, we care sometimes deeply what other people think about me. What do they think about me? Um, so we can know that it shouldn't matter at all, and yet we still feel it. We still want to know. You think about what you said when you interacted with somebody. We think about what or how I came across. Maybe you're driving home from a party and you're like, I was talking to that whatever, and maybe you're with a friend and you start saying, I was talking to Bill Jones. You know how all that is, and you wondered, does that person like me? Do they have a good opinion of me? Somebody told me that they don't. So now Mary was saying that Bill Jones doesn't like me. You know, so we get mixed up with this, and it lingers. That stays with us. Now most people try to solve this by telling themselves, I shouldn't care about that, but that's no concern of mine. But that doesn't always work, because the caring isn't a decision, that's a reaction. That's me just reacting to my own thoughts about what do they think about me. So what that means is something in me is looking outward for approval. If I'm concerned about what you think about me, that means I'm looking to you for approval. I want you to approve of me. I need you to approve of me. And there are a lot of people out there who want that. Why? Why do I want you to approve of me? Because anybody know? I first don't approve of myself. So I need you to approve. I need to hear it from you. And these control freaks I mentioned in the last time when we met, they're always looking for exterior approval. always. They don't approve of themselves at all. And you'll catch them asking you what you think is something that they did or said or something that they're involved with. And that's the giveaway right there. That's when you say, "Oh, you're an extremely insecure human being." That insecurity inside you causes you to be exactly the way you are. But it takes time to, understand all this. It takes time, it takes experience. So, so we something in us is looking outward for approval. What do you think? What do you think about me? That means something inside's looking outside for approval, for validation, for confirmation that I'm okay, because I don't know that I'm okay from myself. That means, that proves that there's a very insecure person living within here. That's what that is. And when that confirmation from the exterior is not clear, the mind starts doing its number on us. What the mind starts saying, well, what did they mean by that? What did they mean by that comment? So we'll start, what does a cow do? They have 6 stomachs. What do they call it? When a cow keeps chewing on its cud over and over again? I forget. Ruminating, something like that. We start chewing on our cud over and over again, like the cow. The mind starts working. What did they mean by that? Did I say something wrong at that party? At that social event, at work? Do those people see me differently now? But I'm telling you, you keep this up, the self-observation, you will reach a point where you don't care anything about what anybody thinks of you. They will think things of you and you won't care. You just won't care because you'll see the fallacy and the lunacy of living that way. You won't. You'll change so much when you're. We've mentioned it before. When the needle of your compass is pointing due north, and finally exactly what you need to be doing with your life, which is self-observing every waking moment for the rest of your life, which is possible, which can be done, and which is the healthiest thing you ever could do. What are you going to care about what people around you are saying or thinking about you? You're not going to care at all. Why? Because you're finally on the right track. You're finally doing exactly what nature wants you to be doing, which is self-observing as you go through your day, your week, your life. So, but when we're not at that point, when we're still wondering, gee, what do those people think of me? That's pressure. It's self-inflicted pressure. I'm putting pressure on myself by worrying about what some other people think of me. And the pressure is not coming from them directly. The pressure's coming from my dependence upon their perception. So in reality, why should I be depending on someone else's perception of me? I shouldn't be at all. But it's a step-by-step progression till we get to that point. When what they think feels important to me, I start adjusting myself, right? Here it comes. I filter out I filter my language. I'm careful with what I say. I pick and choose my words. I hold things back. I edit my speech and communication. I don't tell them the whole truth, right? I try to present myself in a certain way. Have you, maybe, I've seen people do this big time, parties, the whole bit, not be themselves. And all of these things requires effort. All of it is strenuous because I'm not being real. I'm putting up a facade of all these different things, how I want you to view me. So here's the key point. The more my sense of self, the more my sense of myself depends upon other people and what they think, the more power their opinions appear to have. And their opinions shouldn't have any power at all, you know. And it's not that their opinions do have that much power. It's the issue is that I'm using their opinions to define myself. And talk about a convoluted, wrapped up mess. That's what that is. That's what that sounds like. You mean I'm trying to get a personal identity. I'm trying to find out who I am based on what other people think about me and what they say about me and how they react to me. Okay, that's a really difficult way to live. No wonder people are exhausted all the time, right? So when someone appears to approve of me, I feel a little better. I feel a lift, you know. And when they don't, when they don't approve of me, or when I'm unsure if they approve of me or not, I do the opposite of a lift. I feel a drop. Okay. And wow, that's nuts. Both of those things are completely wrong. But I don't know that if I'm still asleep. I'm still living in that mess. I'm still part of that whole thing, you know, that whole messful thing. And that's not stable. That's not stability at all. That's not a stable way to live. It's flux. It's personal. It's like I'm in flux. It's personal fluctuation based on external input. Who cares what they think of me? What they think of me, again, is none of my business. It doesn't matter. I'm free to live my life any way I want. But we're bringing this up because a lot of people, you know, they have that question in them. You know, what do people think about me? People are concerned with that. So a lot of people live like this without realizing it, and they think, well, this is just normal. Everybody does this. But that's not. I mean, yeah, everybody does it, but that doesn't mean that it's normal. If everybody jumped off a cliff, that wouldn't be normal. So don't be like everybody else, right? The change begins when you start to see it in this moment right now, in reality, in real time. That's when change starts. Example, you're in a conversation with someone, and suddenly you feel that pull toward, you're asking yourself, well, do they like me? How am I coming across? Instead of following that, just see that you're doing it. Just see that your mind is asking the question. Oh, do they like me? Am I coming across okay? Just see that you're asking the question. That's all you have to do. Because leads to the seeing leads to freeing. If you start to see it, one day that'll vanish. You won't have anything to do with that. So you see the movement outward. You see the need for approval. That's what that is. Please approve of me. You know, please approve of me. And don't fight it. Don't suppress it. Don't try to change it. But just see it. Just observe it. Because when you see it clearly, you are no longer completely inside of it. You're not connected to it. You're not glued to it. You're not in there with it. You're separate from it. That separation is how it begins to depart from you. The seeing separates you from the question, and then you're on your way. You just keep at it. Keep at it. If you have this, you begin to rely less on what other people think. The day will come where you don't care what other people think. And the day will come when you realize they're not thinking about you at all. Other people are not thinking about me. They're just not. They're focused on what they're doing with their life, in their own thoughts, their own emotions. Remember, we said all you are is your own psychology. They're in their own psychologies. You and I may come to mind, if we are in this, if we are currently relating to someone, we'll come to mind 2 or 3 times a day. But other than that, people are not obsessing or stressing over us. We are not paramount to their mind. We are not number one in their minds. Right? Okay. So when we start to rely less on what other people think, life gets better. You become more and more free. And it's not because you forced yourself to stop caring, but because you're no longer using their opinion to define yourself. And when that happens, something inside of you, it just settles. It settles. You're still aware of people, you still interact with people, but you're not constantly measuring yourself through them. You don't need to. You keep self-observing, and I'm telling you, all of that will vanish. You won't care. You won't care. And this is when real, authentic freedom appears. You're free from what other people think of you. You won't care. You won't care. Does that mean that you're going to go start robbing a string of banks? You're going to paint your car bright orange or something with racing stripes on it? No, you're not going to do anything outlandish. Your change is going to be inner, and you won't be concerned with the things that used to concern you at all. So, your freedom comes not from ignoring other people, but from no longer depending on them for anything. You won't need anything from another human being, including their opinion of you. And their opinion of you, if you boil it down, there's nothing there anyway. So you don't care what anybody thinks about you. It doesn't matter what they think about you. So if you find yourself if you find yourself caring what other people think about you, don't judge that and don't try to push it away. Just see it. Just all of this starts by just seeing that. By I do have that. I do care what other people think about me. Their opinion of me matters to me. Okay, well just see that. Don't try to run away from it or force it away or anything. Just see it, because everything that you can see clearly begins to lose its control over you through the seeing. The seeing is the freeing. It makes you free to see it. So being clear, clarity changes how you experience yourself and other people. It changes your entire life.